Hey guys, what's up? So, something happened to me today. I've been on a healing journey since 2016, and I'm not gonna say it just keeps getting worse, but like it keeps getting harder. But the reason why it's getting harder is because like the things that I did not realize that I needed to heal are coming up and I need to heal them. A lot of us deny, like, okay, so there's things that I needed to heal that I didn't even really realize that I had to heal. I thought it was already gone, and I was just like, oh, I'm good, like, that's fine, like, whatever. Either that or I just didn't want to face it. And that's pretty much what healing is that everything you've numbed, everything that, whatever, is what you need to heal. Those are the repressed memories, or those the repressed emotions that need to come up to the surface, and you have to learn how to heal from them. So, one, if something like that happens again, you don't want to feel those feelings. And if you start feeling those feelings, then you'll know what to do. Okay? So that's why we learn the lessons we do, and that's why God puts us in the situations that He puts us in, so we can grow our character. Once we grow our character, those are when He gives us our prayers. Like, He's not there just to give us, like, what we want, Like, He'll give us little blessings throughout our day, and some people take it for granted because it's not big enough, or it's not what they wanted. But if you realize it, it can be a blessing to the point where if you take it and do whatever with it, that could be something that builds your character up to the big picture. So it's like, you really gotta, like, be aware of what's going on around you. And people do synchronicities, like, oh my God, I keep seeing 11:11. Oh my God, I keep seeing that person's name everywhere. Oh my God, that song, blah, 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 reminds me of that person, or it's our song, or whatever. And it keeps, like, coming up, and that's, like, a person that you want. It does not mean that there's synchronicities because that person is coming back or anything like that. So just be aware of what you're manifesting, because when I broke up with my ex, all I saw was stuff about him, and I wanted nothing to do with him. It actually was a sign to face what had just happened, why we broke up. So it was like, kept reminding me. So it just kept, like, reminding me of, hey, hey. And I never saw it. And this was in 2016. Recently, in my healing process, like, literally yesterday, I already knew, and I already had all the ideas, all the setup plans, everything that I knew I had to do with this situation. And then for some reason I was like, I don't think I need to do that. I think I'm okay. And then, no. Because, okay, so then, this is like a confidence thing as well. This is building confidence in order to face your fears, especially if it's with a person. If it's especially somebody that has hurt you. Because I always say, and I didn't realize I didn't do it yet, and that's why I haven't gotten a new relationship, because, or at least the one kind that I want. I can get a relationship, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be the kind that I want, because if I didn't heal, sorry, hold on. Okay. So if I didn't heal from the last relationship, another one is going to be exactly the same. And that's why people are like, oh my God, why does this keep happening to me? It's the same thing. It's because the relationship you had before, where that person started that cycle for you, for always having the same thing, you didn't heal from it. And I have always been saying, do not get into another relationship until you've healed from the one before. And I didn't even realize that I wasn't, because I've numbed so much from this person. I've numbed so much in my entire life. So, yeah. Sorry. So it's my mom. So I've numbed my entire life. It's actually really screwed up, because it's like I'm about to cry. I'm about to let out those feelings. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, it's just like, bam, nope, gone. I am a master at numbing. My brain is a master. Because now I'm trying to feel the pain, to be able to deal with it and heal and move on with my life. Because if you don't heal, if you don't heal that energy of self-confidence, of, not having confidence, not having that go-getting, feeling stuck, feeling irritated, like, whatever that person put you through to become the person you are now is why you keep getting the same exact person that was like that person, because you took your energies from that person and now you embody it. So you can change, you can find yourself again, you can find an identity, like a new passion. But if you don't heal the energies and the cycles, it doesn't matter. Okay? Obviously there's obviously there's other things in your life that will need to be healed, right? It's not just like that one relationship. But if you've healed from other things and you're kind of like still getting the same exact thing and you're like, what the hell? Like, why am I not getting what I want? I'm a good person. I do this, I do that. You gotta also have a relationship with God. Like, you're not gonna just get, you can, but you're not gonna just get shit because you want it. Like, you have to have that friendship, not friendship, relationship with your father. If you have a bad relationship with your real father, you have a father. You have a father. He's up there and he helps you. You ask for anything. What is it? I'm not trying to say that asking you will receive or something. It's like demand or something. If you demand what you want and you have a relationship with God, you will get it. And you're worthy enough to demand it. You can demand to your angels. You can demand to anybody. Declare and decree. Declare and decree. Wow. I didn't mean to. Maybe that's how I say it. I don't know. So, you can build that relationship with God. Build your spirituality. Reach out to your spiritual buddies, your angels, archangel, guardian angel, ascended masters, spirits, guides, I already said that. Ancestors are a huge one, because they will help you see the cycles that you're doing from your ancestors as well. Because we see and are conditioned by our parents growing up. So if we are programmed as a child, seeing how our parents are, that's how we learn. That's how we think the world is supposed to be. That's how we think that when a certain situation comes up, that the way they reacted, the way they did things is the way it's supposed to be. Those are outdated programming as a child. So I've said this before, we are all children running around with outdated programs. It's like we can have tantrums. You know what I mean? We don't get what we want. We have tantrums. We don't have believe what we're saying. Like, we have tantrums. Like, somebody doesn't believe you and they're blaming you. You get triggered by these things because you could have had that from that's me. That's why. Your grandmother or your mother or father, cousin, teacher, you were looked at as a bad kid and you weren't doing anything. It was somebody else. You were getting bullied. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that these programs can be whatever, and your subconscious is what your reality turns into. So that's why you have to do the inner work. That's why you have to feel the feelings, because if you don't feel the feelings and you don't program a different cycle, a different condition, a different realization that you are now an adult, listen to the things you say, especially your inner monologue. I learned that some people actually don't have an inner monologue, which is crazy. That is crazy. So I don't freaking know how they do it. But listen to your self-critic. Listen to the way you talk to yourself. Listen to the way you talk to other people. If you're talking negatively about Corona, you're just having negative. No, I'm not gonna say it. If you're gossiping, you know what I mean? You're just being negative. If you're gossiping as well, you're also judging a person, and you're judging them for a reason, because we are mirrors. It's something that bothers you about them because bothers you within yourself. It's a trigger, whether you realize it or not, or whether it comes out the way it does or not. Because you can have triggers, you can have repressed feelings, and it manifests in a different way, rather than bring it to the surface, thinking of it, do your inner child work, like all of that. Like, it can come out in different ways. So we're all children just running around. We have our subconscious is like a computer. Like, that's where all our files, all our memories, all our feelings. Your subconscious mind is what your reality is. So whatever is stuck in there and programmed in there, that's been there forever, and it's like packed in there, those are the things that need to come up and need to be changed. So look at the things that you do. Look at the things that you think. Look at the things that you say. Look at the things you look at a person. Look at the way that you look at the world. Look at the way you look at your parents. Because even your parents went through shit, and that's why you were put through shit, because that's all they knew. That's all they knew. Like, that's the way they were, is all they knew how to be at that time. So one of the ways it was able to help me, I still don't have a relationship with my father, but that's because of me. Like, I chose that. I can reach out to him whenever I want. I don't know what would happen, but I'm okay with whatever would happen anyways. It just, I don't know, like, something changed. Like, I did the work. I did the work. Like, I did the work, man. This is how I know. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do the work for other people to be able to do their work and grow in their ascension. Because the more positive people, the more happy people, the more light workers, and people that beacon, like, they help you, you walk with them. They can be your spiritual leader. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, is be like a spiritual life coach. But I'm doing this on 3 different channels right now. I'm going to put it on. I haven't really done one with anything. I've done a little bit with my Pick Your Poison. And this is like a confidence thing, which, I don't know. I don't really think a sex is going to be in this, but it's still how you can learn how to build confidence with what you do. And then my Be Your Own kind of authenticity is pretty much everything I do. I have to organize all those with the other, but I need my computer in order to do it. So, yeah. Oh my god. So yeah. Where was I? Oh, your parents. So it's really, if you can grow into a person that can do this, okay? It helps though, okay? If you can look, because when something has been done to another person, for whatever reason, their subconscious mind, oh, I know why. That's awesome. I just was like, oh yeah, this would make sense. And it does. So now I have to remember what I was saying though. Oh yeah, if somebody does something to you, you automatically, for whatever reason, which I will explain, think it's okay to do to other people. So your and if you tolerate it, especially for a long time, that's how it gets in your subconscious mind, and thinking that you can do it to somebody else because it's mended in your mind as a habit, a behavior, of what you do, a part of your personality. And it's like, your personality, like, how do you want your personality to be? Like, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to have a personality where people don't want to be around you because you're negative, or you're doing hurtful things to them and you don't even realize it because it's programmed in you so much and you've done it for so long? It's just like a thing, like it's just normal. And that's what it is. If you don't heal this, if you don't realize it, the abnormal becomes normal. Chaos is normal, especially if we're living with that in our houses. And that's where the numbing happens. It's just how well can you do it. When I saw my kids start to numb in 2016, I was like, nope. We were also starting in-home trauma therapy. Well, they called it severe in-home trauma therapy. And that's where my healing started. My healing started before that, but not like I did with that woman. Oh my God. Freaking A, man. See, I'm trying not to swear too. And, I'll tell you that after. So your subconscious mind thinks it's okay to do because somebody did it to you. And if you tolerate it and let them keep doing it to you, you're going to end up doing it to another person because you just think it's normal to do. It's going to become a habit. It's going to become an addiction of a behavior because it's normal to you and it's not a good thing to have. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is, if your parents do something to you and it makes you feel like horrible, like a piece of shit, like you're unworthy, remember, you can heal that like that if you can be self-aware of the fact that if somebody has been through something and it's acceptable to another person that it was done to be able to do it to other people, that means the hurt that you are feeling and the pain that you're trying to numb and run away from is what they went through. So if you can have the sympathy or the empathy, if you're an empath and this is a narcissist, you can still understand. And if you can understand, it's easier to either have to deal with them if you have to, or walk away, or understand them. They just hate themselves completely. And if you fall in love with them and they notice it, you get degraded because they think something's wrong with you and you're disgusting. Remember that. So what I was saying is, you got to remember that if somebody does something to you, that means it was done to them and they felt the same exact feelings. But obviously, if they're still doing it to you or anybody else, they haven't healed that. But if you can be self-aware when those feelings come up, rather than repress and suppress and numb, you can heal right away. Because you understand why that person did it. It's not because they think you're unworthy. I mean, they can, but that doesn't mean you can't. You have to believe it. Who are they to make you feel a certain way? That's controlling you. That's controlling you. If you're letting a person control your thoughts or your beliefs about anything, especially yourself, they have that power. You got to bring it back. What? For some reason, the song, I don't. Bring it back. Fun, it's another Dem franchise, boys. Bring it back. Oh my God, that when I was in high school, that was my song, and turned into a thing with me and my friends. Also, Mr. Brightside, because when we were in the car, I made up a dance to it, so everybody would do it out of my friends. They still will, too. It's funny. I forgot some of it, but they remember Mr. Brightside and Dumb Franchise Boy. Bring it back, bring it back. Hard to sell with the shit. Dun, dun, dun. Bring it back, whatever. Okay. So, I love when, like, good things come out of my memories, because I numbed so hard that I forgot even good memories. I forgot a lot. I used to have the best memory. Like, my friend, a couple of years ago or something, I don't remember. I used to be able to know every single person's license plate. I was amazing. I can tell you what my first fucking license plate was, 69LB73. My mom's, that she just gave me, well, the car that I have that was hers was 52BE50. Like, I used to be able to do so much, and I would look at license plates, and I would do, like, math with it and shit like that when I was a kid, and we'd go on vacation or whatever. The point is that, like, I love it when good memories come up. My kid will be like, oh, do you remember this? And it's so sad because I don't. And it would be something amazing. So that's what happens too when you numb. This is something from childhood trauma that needs to be healed. But if you have the self-awareness and the information that I'm giving you to be able to heal right away rather than numb them, you can have the sympathy for them, and that's how you can forgive them easier and right away. But the pain that you might feel from it, you can heal right away. But understand that they had it done to them, so they don't really mean it to you. Because anything that a person does to you just means that, oh wait, crap. It's them. It's not you. They're taking it out on you, but it's never you. Always remember that. So if somebody hurts you, remember it's not about you. It's not you. And whatever they're making you feel is how they felt. So it's kind of like they use that because that's what they know. It becomes a habit. If something was done to you, it becomes a habit to do to other people, and it's a program. It's a cycle. I just learned a lot of cycles. Like, the past 2 years was the most healing I've ever done in my entire life, in my entire healing journey. Like, oh my freaking goodness, you have no idea. But I'm gonna kind of, like, go through it. So obviously, if you watch my things, I do tarot cards. I've gone crazy years ago watching tarot cards because you try to figure it out, or, and it could be something totally different than what you think it is. Like, they'll be like, oh, your person is doing this, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh my God, like, it's something bad. Like, they're cheating, or, they feel a certain type of way, or they like this person. And you're like, are you kidding me? But it will be another person's energy that is more prominent than that person's energy that is your actual person. Okay? Remember that, because if you do not, sheesh, Linda, okay? I mean, I went crazy for multiple reasons at that time and point. Like, I had to put down my dog. Like, I was dealing with a relation. Like, there was more than just that. But it had something to do with that, obviously, because the relationship and this and that and the other thing. But now I watch them, and I understand that, but I haven't watched them in, like, a week, and I feel so much better. I'll watch them a couple times, but I kind of, like, don't even like certain people anymore, because I just, like, no, it kind of makes me mad when I watch them, so I don't watch them anymore. And there's only one that I actually pay for extended, which is weird, but I do. Anyways, it can help you, but right now, is actually an age where we're supposed to strengthen and trust our intuition. So I was using my intuition on external circumstances rather than my internal world. Okay? You can't validate anything in your external world. That's also your subconscious. You gotta remember that. And you cannot control anything you cannot control anything that happens in your external world. You can only control your inner world. But your inner world is what will project your reality and your external. You gotta remember that your limited beliefs, your thoughts, your way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to other people, like, you have to be aware of these things. Listen to yourself, because half of the thoughts aren't even yours. Your subconscious mind is programmed to help you be safe, to help you not die, to help you with your survival skills. As a kid, our subconscious is open from like the age of 2 to 9. That's why kids can have imaginations and they don't think anything bad's gonna happen. And that's what we need to get back to. You need to get back to your inner child. You have to have that imagination and creativity like you did as a kid. And you have to play and have fun, have hobbies, whatever you want. Just be a kid, but obviously be responsible, pay your bills, you know what I mean? But have fun doing it in order to pay for them. Like, what do I usually do? Even if I pay for something, whatever, like, I'll just use this. Oh, okay, so if I'm short on money, but I know I'll still be okay, like, I'm always okay with money. I never, ever have no money. I'm always provided with money in some way, which way, weird ways. I'm always taken care of when it comes to that. Even if it's like I'm just getting by, I'm just getting by. I'm still getting by. I'm still having money. I'm still okay. And that would be something that I would say. Like, I would have, a cent, a penny to my name, and I, drop it, and it would have it on heads up, and people are say that's lucky. I would be thankful for that. But all I have is a penny to my name. So when I bring Dawson out, my kid, to hibachi, it's $60, right? I don't like that I'm having to spend that money, and it does affect my budget, but I say thank you to the fact that I can make my child happy, and I have the money to be able to do that. So that's how we have to look at money. You have relationships with everything in your life, how you look at things, limited beliefs, religions even. If you can, Alan Watts, man, I freaking love him. Any beliefs, even believing in God, people will limit their beliefs with the 10 Commandments, which are pretty much out the window. It is, and freedom of speech and everything like that. See, that's it. And I was saying it and making it a point. That is negative. That is how I look at the world. So what is it within me internally is the reason why I project the world to be like that. Besides the point that it is what I'm seeing, what can I say to change it into a positive way where I can help the world as a positive person and ripple out my love and positivity in order to help other people see it differently as well, so there's less of a manifestation of it from the ripples. So the media is a Satan. Some music is Satan. Okay, actually, I changed my belief on Satan. I completely, wow, that's just what I usually say. I usually say it's the devil as well. Frig. But I love the devil. That's a whole different thing. I'm not going to get into that. Do not judge me. Do not judge me. That's a totally different freaking... I don't want to go through it on this. I feel like I'm being called to, though. Okay. Listen, Lindas. One, what I was going to finish. Religions hold you back in certain ways, especially with imagination. I mean, might not, but if they're telling you do this, especially Catholic, and I'm sorry, but these are my beliefs, I can change them into different beliefs when I notice that belief and say something different and whatever, but I'm not going to in this video. I might, but I'm not going to try to, because I can point it out. Religions can hold you back, and I do believe Catholic is like, whatever. I'm not, some people could be Catholic on here. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm offending you by saying anything. I apologize. I do not, okay. So, if you believe in God, if you believe in the 10 Commandments, what the Bible says, and you live by it, unless you have an actual relationship with God, you're not you could be a bad person. I'm not going to say bad person. You could, because that's a core belief as well. And that's what comes from the devil, okay? So, if you are a murderer, you know what I mean? You serial killer, but you have an amazing relationship with God, but like you have like a problem with killing people or whatever, but you have an amazing relationship with God, you're going to heaven. People don't understand that. It's about the relationship you have with God. The darkest part is the brightest. I don't know what it's going to say yes yet. But it's true what that just popped up. Darkness is your shadow work. That's your triggers. That's what, if you go into a deep depression, which I did just recently, and oh my God, I got a dog, like, who saved me towards the end where I needed him. He's a godsend, and I bring him to the vet for the first time. I get special treatment everywhere I go. I really do. Everybody knows who I am because of my reputation of how I present myself. I can go anywhere and somebody, usually like a big person, like it will be like a cashier or whatever, but I know the person, the manager that is running it. I can go to a restaurant and talk to the owner, like manager, like get free stuff. But because of my personality, because I know the person that I want to be in my reality to be able to manifest what I want. But it's hard to let go of control. But if you can let go of control, but have positive expectations, but not on how you want the outcome to happen, you can have the outcome of the positivity of, especially what it's going to feel like. You have to have heart and mind coherency. If you don't, and you're wobbling, God can't give you what it is you want because you're wobbling. So it's like, wait, do you want that or do you want that? Like, because you're confusing, and then you're confusing yourself, and you're like, what the yeah. So write down what kind of person you want to be, what habits, when you realize and you see them, how can you change them into how you want your personality to be, and literally try to realize that it's a trigger, and why does it trigger you? Where did it come from? What was it from childhood? Think about it. And it's if you numb, it might take a little bit more time. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody is at a different stage in their life with their healing process, whether they do it or not, whether they know about shadow work and want to work on it to be a better person, to be able to help the world. save the world. That's what I want to do. I want to literally save the world. And I just might. But what I feel like I'm called to do is really, I don't know. Anyways, I'm like one of the most loving, kind, caring person that I know. Like literally, like I made my mom cry today because of how much I've changed, how much work I've done on myself, how much more mature I am. And I didn't do that on my own. I didn't do that on my own. I didn't have the strength to do that on my own. I had my spirit, my spiritual freaking family. I had my friends. Even if I isolated myself, I still knew that I had the support. I still knew that I had the love. But I wanted a person as a relationship, and I wasn't getting love. And I wasn't realizing that I already have love within the people that do love me and care about me. But I was paying more attention to lack. And you have a relationship with that person and you think of lack. So when that happens, you think of lack in money. It's just how it works. You think of lack in your career. You think of lack in being happy. You think of lack of everything. So you need to think you're abundant. Okay? You need to look at different aspects of your life where you can find what it is you're looking for. So if you're looking for love and you're not getting it at a relationship, go find it somewhere else. Don't be stuck. Don't stay with that person. Like, whatever the situation is. Like, don't be around that person. Is that better? Maybe you have to, or whatever. And they're making you feel unworthy or not good enough. Wow, my freaking hair. It was better when the geckos were in it. Where's Jill? She's in my bra. That's where they usually go. Especially when we go out to places and then they'll pop out. And people are like, oh my god, are those real? Yeah, they're moving, aren't they? They just popped out. Anyways, they hibernate in my bra. I actually have a picture from the other day. One of them pooped. And it was in between my boobs. Like, in between, like, cleavage. And then I took a shower, and, yeah. But, did you just jump? Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. There's probably stuff that I was saying before that I just jumped to. Like, I'll watch my videos after, just to make sure, like, I did something like that, or if I messed up and I wanted to fix it, like, you know, whatever. But, I might have, I don't know. Anyways, I don't even remember where I was. See, I get better with that too. Like, I'll be like, I don't remember, and then it pops into my head. Okay. Oh yeah. You are never alone. There is always something there that is happening for you, that wants to help you, that has unconditional love for you, and that is your spirit team. Those are your spirit family. Your spirit souls and soul family, that's what I meant to say. Your soul family, which are the people that do care about you, which are the people that help you with your ascension, which are the people that you help them as well. The world is a classroom. What do you want to teach people? What kind of teacher do you want to be? Who do you want to be around because they help you learn about that or other things? I have two friends that I go to for, like, serious shit. Or things, serious crap. Yeah. I don't tell people anything. Because if it's, like, embarrassing and I'm still doing it, like, I don't want people knowing. And that's a cycle. That's a cycle. That is a habit that I need to change. But instead of changing that in a certain way, which just popped in my head, but I can't explain it, you would, hold on, crap. If that was a cycle of being embarrassed, being embarrassed of what's going on, then leave. So you're not embarrassed. So you don't have to feel like you can't tell your friends. Leave what is making you feel embarrassed. Because also that person has control over you, making you feel embarrassed, which is making you do the reaction, the action. It's controlling you to have a certain behavior, which would be you don't talk to your friends who actually love you. They're not making you feel embarrassed. And if they do, talk to them about it. Don't keep it in. But I have 2 friends. I have a small circle. I probably have like 5 friends, 6 friends. Even though I don't really talk to one of them, I still love him to death. 6 friends. And then my kid, my mom's is like 8. I can talk to my kid about anything. The devil thing, I was going to tell him about it, and he told me before I even said it, and I was like, yes, love you. Like, he is a huge trigger for me lately, and I totally forgot, like, he's exactly like me, like, we're exactly the same. Like, he can be saying something, and I already answered the question, and he's like, you don't know what I'm going to say, and then he says it, and then I explain to him how I knew, and he's just like, okay. But he does the same thing with me, you know what I mean? But I forgot that he's a mirror. Like, I forgot he was one of those people that teach me. So right now, as hard as I want to kill him, I'm not even being who I used to be with him, like loving and whatever. And I hate it. And I learned the other day, I was like, damn, he is one of my healing things. He's also my kid. Like, I should be treating him a certain type of way, and I'm not. And I used to. I don't know why I'm not anymore. And if I'm a bitch already and he didn't even do anything, I already apologized in advance. I'm like, I'm in a bitchy mood. I don't know how I'm going to react to things. I'm sorry what I say. Just letting you know. So he already knows, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't affect him. It might actually not because of the way it comes out, whatever. But it actually might not. But I do that. I also am a mother that if I'm yelling at him and I know something I did makes him laugh and I can be furious, I let him laugh. Like, I'm just like, yep, go ahead, whatever. Because I already know, like, what I did, what I said, how I did it. Whatever. But I'm also a mom that if he gets in trouble, lately I will yell. Normally I do not. I don't know what is making me or what I am doing. What is going on within me? What is he do? I know what's triggering me from him, but where is it coming from where I can heal it? That's what that's like my new thing I'm working on, because I already dealt with the other thing that is something I did not even realize. Like I said in the beginning of the video, which was supposed to be that, but now I'm getting into other things, which is fine, whatever. It's obviously supposed to be, because I was laying down. Yeah, I know, dude. I was laying down because I had just gotten home with my dog, and something just popped in my head because I had just dealt with this situation with my son's father, which was a cycle. I feel so much better. Like, I feel that confidence. I already had it, but not like this. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. I had the confidence, but I didn't know how to put it out there. I didn't know how to present it. I didn't know what I could do for a video, because I'm used to being able to do this when somebody asks me something. It's not like I can just be like, okay, I'm going to talk about this and go do a video. Like, I hate it too, because I love taking videos because I love helping people. And I know I can, it's just, people don't watch them, but it doesn't mean that eventually it's not. And Also, I go back to them because I'm talking to myself when I'm doing this, because I'm a mirror of myself. Anything I say in there is advice to myself, and I know that. So if I want to hear something that I might have missed or didn't even realize of myself saying it, like, I'm gonna do it. Sometimes I love them, and I'm like, yes, like, so proud of myself. But my kid, I used to literally be like, I need to walk away. You just triggered me really badly, and I don't want to scream at you. And he's just like, okay. So I'll go do it. I'll calm down, and then I'll come back to him and explain what he did. Or I will let him know, you triggered me. Technically, yeah, you did it, but it's still within me. It's something within me that got mad. That's what I mean. It's not that person. So it's not you if somebody gets mad at you. It's the other person because you triggered them. So that's what happens with me. And that's what I need to work on now. I mean, I did then, but now I'm mean and I'm irritated and I'm a bitch and I don't like it. I'm not like that with, like, anybody else. But he's being so annoying. I have to totally figure shit out with that. It's more stuff with his dad that he does. Those are the triggers normally. And I don't know why he keeps doing it, because we have talks all the time. He'll stop and then he'll start again. And I'm like, today, I'm like, why are you doing that? He's like, you get mad all the time. Not in a bad way, like we're just talking. And I'm like, yeah, so why do you keep doing what is making me mad? And he's like, I forget. You forget that I'm yelling at you every time? Like, what? But, anyways, I will explain to him why it triggered me. Explain to him how it's not his fault, but it is at the same time. But I can't blame him. Because whatever. It's my trigger. And that's what I need to figure out what it is I need to heal. So, he's gonna be home soon. With that, I get embarrassed too, doing these and with him around, and he's just like, go in another room then. Like, he's so laid back. I love it, but I don't get it, because I'm all like, but I raised him differently. My mom obviously is, that's a whole nother story, and why my mom cried today. And I'll probably tell it. But, I don't even know what I'm going to make a title out of this thing. I say so many things in my freaking videos that I don't even know what to call them. And they're not things that, like, I feel like people are going to go to. Honestly, I think I'm going to start doing this, and I thought about it, like, years ago when I started doing videos, like, mad long ago, and I'm singing on them and I suck at it. I'm so much better now, but it was a confidence thing. Like, it's still on there and I totally fail. Now I can do it. Maybe I'll do it on here just to, like, show the confidence, but I need to gain the confidence again for that. I can go karaokeing, but there's something about the camera. Oh, I have to do that exercise. Oh, man. And right now is the time I should do it because of what's going on. So, that's totally different from this. But it has something to do with it because I'm doing it anyways. I'm a good fucking mom. Fucking phenomenal mom. And I can say that with confidence, and nobody can fucking tell me different. But if they try to, I will get triggered, obviously. Because if you're going to tell me and you don't even know what we've been through, you don't know how he is, you don't know shit, you can go fuck yourself. And I will exaggerate that to people, if even quitting swearing. And I know I can, because I have been. But it's also something that my kid does now. Sorry. And it's like, fuck. Sorry. But it is. It's like, shit. Sorry. But I can't really, like, I yell at him, obviously, when I hear him say certain things. that, whatever, but I know that it's my fault. And I'll admit it. Like, I know it's my fault. I know he picked it up from me. And I tell him not to, but I'm not stopping. I'm still swearing, so I have to be the bigger role model. Obviously, I'm the mother. And stop doing certain things so my kid doesn't do it and my kid doesn't, whatever. But, like, I tell him all the time. I'm like, when you become, like, famous or, whatever you do, because he's gonna be something. He's gonna be something. He is going to be something. And not even because of my mothering, I mean, definitely have an effect, but because of him, of who he is, his personality. And when he grows and grows, he's just gonna get better and better. Because I'm gonna get better and better. And everybody's like, oh, you gotta put your kids first. Fuck that. You need to put yourself first. If you're not stable, how the fuck are you gonna be able to raise a kid and them turn out good? Like, you can't raise a kid, do bad things where they see it and then they do it. Cycle. That's breaking the cycle. The generational curses, the ancestral curses, like, our generations. Why do you think we are the way we are? Because somebody else in our family made this cycle. Our parents picked up on it, and we picked up on it. So I am breaking the cycle from my generations, but then it goes to Dawson, and then he just, like, is a beast. And because his dad is whatever, he's whatever. I still care about him, but, and that's actually what I was going to be talking about, how liberating it was to do what I did today, to feel free. And I was going to explain energies and how, if you can let go of cycles that you might not even realize. That's why I'm saying you got to watch yourself. If you see yourself doing something over and over and over again, that needs to stop. Or, like, that guy that you date is going to do the same thing that the other one did, because you didn't heal that part of you that's making them do that, because you mirror them. And your healing is what changes your reality. Internal changes your external. Success, I mean, what is it? Success is an inside job. You got to start, if you want somebody to change, you got to change yourself first. So you got to embody how you want that person to be, because then you will attract that out of them. So write down, if you want to fall in love, if you want to have a boyfriend, a husband, a commitment, whatever, write down how you want them to be. But not in a, oh, they need to be tall, they need to have brown eyes. No. Like, they have to be loyal. They have to be trustworthy. They have to communicate well. They have to be faithful, funny, like, those things. The unconditional things, not the conditional things. Not the material world, the spiritual world. Even if you don't believe in any religion, it's not really that way when I say it. Anyways, yeah, so as soon as I left that cycle, and my spirit guides and everybody was like, oh my god, I'm so happy, blah, 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 like, they led me to that. Like, I already did it, kind of, and I made the decision to do it, like, after Christmas, but I never did it. And I don't think it was because I still wanted, like, the cycle. I think I just, like, maybe because my subconscious is so used to that, it was trying to do the whole survival thing with, like, no, you're comfortable with that. Like, that makes you safe because you're comfortable in this cycle. But I didn't realize it until now. That could have been something. Because I was just like, maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe I don't have to do anything. But the energy around me was still there. Like, I have not hit my jewel this entire time. I have not even wanted a cigarette, and he's an addict. So that energy is not on me anymore. That it doesn't affect me as much. Like, I don't really desire to do it. I mean, I like the Juul thing because I can just sit there and do it, but cigarettes are gross to me now. They don't even taste the same. Even if it's the kind I get. It's just like, ugh. So I don't think I'm going to smoke them anymore. And I've been like that even before a little bit, but that's because I was already detaching from that cycle. Not even knowing it. Actually, no, I did know it. I did. Because I've heard things, and it's like, if you're around an addict, like, you're going to have addictive patterns or behaviors or thoughts or, you know, drugs, coping skills with eating, anything. Hoarding, a hoarder. But I don't have that addiction kind of energy around me. Even thoughts, even behaviors, even conditions, even beliefs. I'm seeing it now. I was seeing it before, definitely. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, now I see it. Oh my God, like, no. But the veil has been lifted. The conclusions that I needed have been reached in this situation. But it freed me so much. And I'm really, really proud of myself because I didn't yell at him. I didn't, you know, whatever. Talk only of what you want. That's what just came up. Focus on what is you want, not what you don't want. When you know you don't want something, you then know what you want. Polarity, duality, yin and yang, especially if you're a twin flame. That rhymed. Oh man, that's funny. Wow. Sorry. But I was even going to say before, and I didn't do it, the maturity thing, the responsibility. I used to have it before. Not the maturity, obviously. I did have more maturity than I did like a couple of years ago or whatever. But that was when my ex left. I still had that energy. Because when he wasn't around, I was on my bills. I was making money, this and that. But then when he was around, I wasn't really responsible when I moved somewhere else as much as I used to be. I wasn't doing shit like I used to be. And I was asking myself, why am I like this now? Like, what is it that's making me be like this? And I didn't understand until that veil was lifted. And I had a feeling it had something to do with that, but I didn't know how to change it. Like, I felt stuck, but you're never stuck. But that's where, you know, you sit there and heal. And I don't know if it lets me. I thought it did. Oh, maybe when I press pause. If I can do it. I just organize them. Like, I do not feel at home. Plus, somebody's not here to help it feel like home. But I can make it feel like home without that person. But it would just feel different if they were here. And that's the person that helped me mature. But that's because that's his energy. And it was pushed on me. And my energy of, I don't want to say kindness and spirituality and love, but I do feel like that was given to him. But that's what it's supposed to be. It's energies. That's what the world goes by. Energies, vibrations, frequencies. So if you have a twin flame, or even a regular relationship, it doesn't matter. Twin flames are different than a soulmate, definitely a karmic relationship, and, you know, whatever. But you exchange energies to grow. You don't do it in the 3D, you do it in the 5D. So it's different. Really different. Once the exchange comes, the union is closer to happening. But that's besides the point. But his energy is what I took in. And that was something I had to heal. And that was something that he needed me to heal. which is weird. It was kind of like, well, she's not this, that I need her to be this. So he pushed that energy on me because he wanted that. So you focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. And again, polarity. If you know what you don't want, you know what you want. Write it down. Read it. Like 3 times a day or something. Just read it. Remind yourself. Put little stickies around the house, on your mirror. Do lipstick. You know what I mean? Like, you are beautiful. I have all these, like, neon, like, bright, like, things. I haven't done it. And it, like, I was going to stick them around my house, and it was going to be, like, little quotes. I'm still going to do that. But my house is kind of, it's not a disaster. It really isn't a disaster. I keep saying that. I shouldn't say that because it really isn't. So I'm not going to attract that it's a disaster because that's kind of a lie. That's the thing. Like, a universal law of, what is it? Not project, is it projection? I think it might be projection. I don't know. I used to know all of them. Well, there's like a shitload, but like I think like there's 12 or something that are like the most, you know, whatever. And law of attraction is one of them, and that's the one that you'll want to go by. That actually, there was a part in the Bible. It was in like a chapter of Thomas, and it was taken out because whoever took it out, I don't remember who it is. Maybe the Pope, the Vatican people, the government, who knows? I mean, people probably know, but I don't know. But it was ripped out because that's how you're supposed to live. That's where the energies are. Nikola Tesla, like, look it up. So if you're putting out a vibration that you're mad at somebody, they're not going to really want to be around you because they're going to feel that vibe from you. That's why we do. Law of attraction, like, you'll be thinking of somebody and then they call you. Law of attraction. It's what you put your energy into the most is what's going to manifest. So if you want a relationship, you have to already embody the feeling of being in a relationship. If you want to fall in love, you want to, like, you know, whatever, you have to already feel the feeling of falling in love and think of how you want it to be. Imagination, and that is what will manifest. But if you're putting energy into, oh my God, he's not talking to me, oh my God, I'm not getting a good job, oh my God, I don't have a lot of money, like, it's all lack, and that's what's going to manifest. And it's going to manifest even more if that's your dominant freaking belief. Your subconscious is going to embed that in your mind. It's going to be a habit. It's going to be an addiction to a negative thought, and you don't even know. Because people are addicted to suffering. Being happy is scary. It's fearful, which is also, like, you know, everybody's like, the media, okay? They push fear into people and put, like, a couple little happy things that are not even really, like, I mean, I'm not gonna, like, say they're not, but it'll be, like, about it. I love my fucking dog, but it'll be, like, a dog, or the firefighters, like, saved a cat in the tree. And yes, very grateful, thank you, love and light to the fire people, but it's like, think about it. And then you have, like, Corona, everybody's dying. It's like, really? People, open your freaking minds. They're putting things in the media, and they're subliminally putting things in Disney movies, in music, to hurt us. There's hurts, you know, H-E-R-T-Z. I have a lisp, so I don't know if people can actually understand what I'm talking about. Hurts in certain vibrations are put in certain people's songs to traumatize you. Certain hurts will hurt all the water that is in your body. So you have 70% of water in your body, okay? If a vibration, think about it, like Flubber, the movie, when it's in, like, the base, it, like, moves everywhere. The water does it too. There's vibrations that make 70% of your water do that in your body. Imagine how that would affect you. There's other ones, I used to have it. It's all in my notebooks, oh my God. And I know the person that talks about it, so I could always look it up again. Just like if fire separates and you're doing a clearing and salt thing that I used to do, which I'm going to do, I can do it before cleaning. I always think I have to clean first and then do it. It's like, no, you really don't. Anyways, that's a belief. So that's what happens. I mean, I sage the house, but I don't do this salt thing. But anyways, if it goes in separate ways, it means you have angry energy in your house. Anyways, government, they're just pushing fear, and they're pushing, like, if you listen to subliminals when you sleep, like at nighttime, you pick what you need to work on, what you need to heal. If it's anxiety, you have a lot of anxiety, you know, you will have these affirmations underneath rain music that will help you go into your subconscious mind without having to force an affirmation and have to say it a million times to believe it. Because if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. And you're just going to create even more negative because you're lacking the thought of it. There's so much. So much. Like, you know, my kid, his repressed memories of trauma that he's went through are finally coming up. Finally. But it's like at 3 in the morning. And then he'll stay up until 6, and then he doesn't go to school. So, and we just had Corona. So it's like 3 weeks he's been out. Not consistently, but 3 weeks. And we don't have any more. Anyways. Oh, he's talking about the things that traumatized him from his father when we used to live at the old apartment that I felt at home in, so it sucks. I'm like attached to that energy because I'm attached to the energy of all the chaos, all the crap, all the shit that went down in that apartment. And that's why we moved, because we wanted to get out of that. We didn't want to have those memories, like when you see something, you're like, yeah, you know, started a fire and there's blood all over that because he, you know what I mean? It's like, or you see a door and it has a bunch of holes in it. It's because he like, somebody punched something because of something else and it was a big fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got out of that because we didn't want to have those energies. But because I am attached still to the apartment, I apparently still have those to get rid of. And that's probably why I don't feel like I'm at home here. Jeez, see how it works? Fuck, man. Anyways, sorry. He tells me things that traumatized him, and I'm just like, that's weird. Like, out of all the other things, like being in Portugal, another country, and getting antagonized, and all this shit happening at our house, in that apartment. And I'm like, how the frig is that not traumatizing you? Because that made me sick. So sick. I lost, like, I went from, like, 160 to, like, 109 in pounds, which I was happy about, but not how I did it. And now I, like, refuse to gain weight. It's an emotional anorexia, actually. I have emotional anorexia. And now I'm eating crap, but I'm not gaining weight, so it makes me happy. I keep doing it. I just don't feel like cooking. But anyways, so he was telling me these weird things, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, why would that be a thing? But then I thought about it. He had the mind of a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old at that time. Think about it. So that's your inner child. So that's a programming. I was like, how is that a trauma? How was it? Like, what? That's so little. But to him, at the age he was, it wasn't. That was a huge thing. It's crazy. I realized lately, you know, abandonment issues. If you are trying to get somebody that is abandoning you to love you, or, you know, anything like that, it's like, and you're not getting loved, it's like you're attached to the energy of being abandoned. You're addicted to the feeling of being abandoned. But you don't realize it. But that's your comfort zone. It's your comfort zone to be abandoned because you don't know anything else. So it's like, until you realize, like, no, I want to be loved. I want love in my life. I don't want people to abandon me anymore. I want to go to people that are emotionally available. Because when we're scared of intimacy or commitment, we go purposely, not knowing it, subconsciously we do it. We go to people that are emotionally unavailable or are already in a relationship or isn't a good person, like a good person to have in a relationship with. Like toxic shit, like, you don't realize it. Because if you're going to somebody who's unemotionally unavailable, it's like you're not getting love from them. So when you're attaching wanting the person that isn't giving you love, you're attaching the thought of love in your subconscious mind as getting abandoned or rejected, neglected, whatever it is. So when you want to find a passion, you neglect it and reject it, and that's your label for love, not even knowing it. So if you want love, that's what you're getting. Abandonment, rejection. But sometimes rejection, what is it? Crap, I say it all the time. Rejection is God's protection or something like that. Like God is like, no, they're not seeing your value, so I'm going to make them reject you so you don't fuck with them and you worry about yourself, pretty much. Like, bring your focus back to yourself. I'm going to make them leave, even though, 1-11-11. As I was going to say, even if you're supposed to be with this person, you still need to get away from them in order to heal, in order to separate, have like a break, and work on yourself so you can come back together. Like, that's what God's doing if you're supposed to be with them. If not, they're going to have you rejected and something else is going to happen with another person if you do the work. If you don't leave that energy and you hold on to that person so tight because that's your comfort zone, that's getting abandoned. Rejection is God's rejection is God's protection. No, earlier when I said it, it made more sense. It's supposed to rhyme. Whatever. It's like you're being treated like crap, so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna make them reject you so you don't move on. But that's also a lesson of healing. It's like, yeah, he's making them reject you for your protection, but it's your decision if you want to hold on to that person or move on. And that's where it comes to God doing that. Like, do you love yourself enough to leave that person? Or do you love that person so much to hurt yourself and not leave? Especially if it's a narcissist and you're getting, like, gaslighted. And then you have to realize that you're doing that. Or they're doing that to you. Like, we gotta open our eyes a lot. Especially if you had childhood trauma. It fogs your brain. You don't see things the way other people see things. People that have not gained been affected and now can't think correctly because they didn't have childhood trauma. Like, they're not in toxic situations. You know what I mean? Like, they have a family, jobs, they're happy, this and that. And then you have people that are all fucked up in the head and are doing stupid shit and, and chaos and toxic. But that's the childhood trauma that is not healed. Until you can heal that and realize that's not supposed to be life, and you love yourself and you leave a situation or you stop doing something that's not healthy for you. It's an outdated program that doesn't help you anymore. Until you realize that, and you're self-caring and self-loving yourself, and you love yourself enough to stop doing whatever it is, God will bless you because you're showing you love yourself. He's building your character for what you want, and he's going to give you even better. So that's why you have to let go. Let go of that person. Let go of that belief. Let go of that feeling. Let go of that whatever, thinking, not having confidence, like, not, like, isolating yourself, like, depression, you know what I mean? Because if you can let go and let the universe do what they gotta do, and you stop worrying about everything, oh my God, it feels so good. You give your burdens away. And there's, like, a little thing that I learned mad long ago. Like, you put, it's a meditation thing. It's a visualization, which is huge, huge. If you can meditate, visualize what you want, put the feeling to it, and believe that it's going to happen, you're golden. But the universe will give you better than what you even expect. That's why you have to be patient. That's why you have to believe it's coming if you really do want it. Or something else better is coming. And God will test you because He knows you're ready for that, but it's not in your comfort zone. So He's giving you a better thing, but it's like, are you going to take that leap? Do you trust in yourself enough to take that leap? Because you've never done it before. It's not something you're used to. It's like He's giving you a gift, and it's like, okay, you're going to take it or not. You're going to get out of that shitty comfort zone, or are you going to go to something new that's going to be better for you? What are you going to do? And that's where a lot of healing comes from. Because if you don't go, God knows that your character is ready for that, and you didn't do it. In twin flame relationships, you meet this person, it's like love at first sight. You get scared, somebody runs, somebody chases, but you grow from it. The person triggers you consistently. So when you realize your trigger is from that person that's giving it to you, that's how you heal, because you notice it. I mean, that person is there to actually help you, and they're hurting you. It's crazy. So be grateful for the people that hurt you, because you can learn from it and grow from it, evolve from it. It's not like it's so easy to do, but also your parents, when they do something to you, remember that they were children at some time too, and they were having to go through that shit. So what they say is, look at them as children, like as they were as children, if you can find a picture of them, or just think it doesn't matter. Try to visualize them in your heart. It's easier to forgive when you use your heart. Doesn't mean you have to forget. It doesn't mean you have to let that person that hurt you over and over and over again. It doesn't mean that you have to have them in your life. Like, you don't. And that was what kind of, I mean, I didn't want him in my life anyways, but it was still attached. It wasn't said completely. It wasn't closure. It wasn't, dude, like, I'm not the person you can, I'm not, no. Like, no, like, I'm not going to be at family things. I'm not going to be helping you with your kid to have a relationship. Like, I'm not that person anymore. Like, I'm going to be with somebody else's family on holidays. Like, I'm not the person, because I've always been the person to him that would never leave. I would always be there for him. I would always, whatever. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not that person for you anymore. And then that's when he wanted to get off the phone. But I'm very surprised that we were mature enough to not yell at each other. That was cool. I liked that a lot. That means a lot. You have no idea. We've known each other for 15 years. We were together for 12. He's an addict. Mental issues, emotional, not regulated. It's jail, sober houses, our kid, what's it called? Wow, why can't I think what it's called? Homeless. We did it all. We did it all. And I was living the same exact thing on the outside as a mirror of him. Raising my kid by myself. So I had to call him and be like, dude, you have to know this. Like, you have to put it, like, you have to believe it. You have to know that it's real. Like, I'm not going to be in your life at all anymore. Like, you have to literally know this. Because it's like, I'd break up with him and he'd think that he could still live with me. Like, it was just like, well, we have a kid together, so you can't leave. Like, it was like that. I'm like, dude, like, you just hurt me. I want to break up with you. Like, you're not going to stay. We're not going to still live together because we have a child. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. People don't do that. And he's like, no, it's normal. I'm like, what? So, like, this Christmas and Thanksgiving, like, I went with his family so he could see his kid. He's doing better, but it doesn't matter. I still don't want to be there. Like, doesn't matter if you were amazing and you changed and you were sober completely and you were this and that and the other thing. I still don't want to be around you. It's like, because I numbed myself so much, this is the point of the fucking video, because I numbed myself so much, I was around somebody that brutally hurt me, brutally killed me, like no other person, not even more than my dad, which is what made me go to him. But he demolished me, and I had to literally build myself up, find my identity. I was lost. If you look at my video, I think there's actually a video of me literally bawling my eyes out because I didn't know who I am, but I knew I had to help people. Like, I should watch that. Damn. Wow. And then I look at the person I am now, and I thank the person that helped me, and he hurt me a lot too. I mean, but I also allowed him to. But that's the thing. That's what you have to heal. Like, why are you letting somebody hurt you? Like, what is it in your childhood that makes you do that? You know? Well, I said the thing about the story. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, that is actually all I'm going to say. I was going to say the other thing, but I really think I should just make another video for that because this was a good video. Whoa, and I don't want to be like, at the end, piss people off, and then it just be like, you know what I mean? So, you guys have a good day. I hope you got something out of it. If it resonated, take it. If it did not, do not make it fit. Do not crap fit it. That's what it's called. Why would you put crap in your life and try to fit it in it if it's crap and it's not going on? You know what I mean? Okay. Well, you guys have a good day. Good night. I'm baby boy. He's like in every video. The baby boy, I have to go buy him special food, and Dawson just got home. So, bye guys.